Today, we're diving into 10 thriller series that are basically emotional terrorism in the best way possible. And yeah, all the streaming info is sitting pretty in that first pinned comment, so no excuses, go check it out. So, welcome back, series finders. Let's destroy your productivity together. Okay, starting strong with a show that's giving me severe Succession meets true crime podcast energy, and I am living for it. Picture this. You're a former news anchor who thought leaving the spotlight meant leaving the chaos behind. Wrong. You rode back into your tiny Georgia hometown to cover a murder. Standard journalist stuff, right? Except, plot twist, the lead detective is your estranged husband. Like, excuse me? The universe really said, let's make this as awkward and emotionally devastating as humanly possible. And before you think this is some cute reconciliation story, let me stop you right there. This is 6 episodes of Who Can I Actually Trust mixed with small town secrets, where everyone knows everyone, which means everyone's lying to everyone. The leads are doing the most with their performances, like Emmy real level intensity, and the whole vibe is this perfect storm of intimate betrayal and small town gossip. It's twisty, it's absurd in the best way, and it's so bingeable you'll accidentally watch the entire thing in one sitting, and then lie awake wondering if your ex knows something about a crime. This is His and Hers, and honestly, it's couples therapy meets murder mystery, and I'm obsessed. Next up, we've got a show that asks the question, what if your kid goes missing? You finally find them, and they literally run away from you. Like, that's not just teenage rebellion, that's a whole nightmare. This one's from Harlan Coben, so you know it's gonna be twisty, you know there's gonna be secrets buried under secrets, and you know that seemingly nice neighbor? Definitely suspicious. Our main guy is this financier dad whose daughter vanishes, and when he spots her 6 months later in a park, she bolts like he's the threat. The desperation is palpable, and what starts as a missing person case spirals into this dark underworld situation with addiction, family trauma, and the kind of violence that goes viral for all the wrong reasons. There's a confrontation that gets filmed, there's murder, there's a nationwide mystery, and there's another desperate dad hiring a private investigator. Because apparently, parenting in this universe is just constant terror. The pacing is relentless, the tension is suffocating, and every episode ends with you yelling "what" at your screen. It's messy, it's emotional, and it's the kind of show where you're suspicious of literally everyone. This is Runaway, and it's proof that Harlan Coben will never let us have peace. Alright, so imagine if Slow Horses had a sister show that was slightly less spy-focused and more, what if the government is doing horrifically shady things and also people who are supposed to be dead are actually alive? Because that's what we're working with here. This one's from the same genius brain that gave us Slow Horses and stars 2 absolute powerhouses teaming up to find the missing kid after a house literally explodes. Subtle, right? But here's where it gets wild. Their investigation doesn't lead to some random kidnapper. It leads to a government conspiracy involving fake deaths, real deaths, and the institutional failure that makes you want to never trust authority again. It's got mystery, action, dark humor that'll make you laugh and then feel guilty about laughing, and this whole vibe of everyone's incompetent except our heroes, and maybe even they're questionable. The pacing gets a little wonky in places, but honestly, when you've got this level of conspiracy unraveling and these performances, I'm forgiving. It's smart, it's cynical, and it's the kind of show where you finish an episode and immediately need to discuss theories. This is Down Cemetery Road, and it's basically Trust Issues, the series. Okay, this next one is unhinged in the most delicious way. So you know those divorce support groups where people sit in a circle and talk about their feelings and healing? Yeah, what if instead of healing, they formed a revenge club? Like, this starts wholesome, 6 strangers bonding over their terrible exes, very therapeutic, and then it escalates from harmless pranks to legitimately dangerous schemes. And suddenly, you're watching a dark comedy crime thriller where everyone's committed to destroying the people who wronged them. It's got that this started as a joke, but now we've committed several felonies energy, and I am here for it. The vibe is chaotic, the humor is dark as hell, and there's something so satisfying about watching these regular people who've been victimized and hurt decide, you know what, we're done being nice. Of course, things spiral completely out of control because that's how revenge works, and the series does this great job of showing how quickly things can go from let's key his car to oh no, this is a crime. This is the Revenge Club, and it's therapy gone very wrong. And now we're hitting Korean thriller territory, which means buckle up because things are about to get dark. This one's giving me serious "the justice system is broken, so let's make morally questionable deals" vibes. Picture this. You're an art teacher framed for murdering your husband. Already terrible, right? But then you meet this mysterious inmate who's like, hey, I'll confess to your crime if you let me out to commit a different murder. Like what? The audacity, the moral complexity. This is the kind of show where every character is operating in shades of gray, and you're constantly questioning who the real villain is. Is it the woman taking the deal? Is it the system that pushed her there? Yes, to all of it. The series dives deep into themes of guilt, survival, and how public perception can destroy you. And the courtroom drama mixed with the prison dynamics, chef's kiss. The performances are getting praised for a reason. This cast is delivering emotional devastation with every scene. It's bloody, it's intense, it's challenging every assumption you have about justice. This is the price of confession, and it's proof that K-dramas don't play around with their thrillers. Oh hey, before we continue spiraling into more psychological chaos, if you're vibing with this list, do me a solid and smash that subscribe button. Like, we're out here finding the best series to ruin your sleep schedule, so help us out. And hit that like button too, because apparently that matters to the algorithm gods. Okay, back to the madness. Staying in Korea because they've got another banger that's literally about a cop teaming up with his serial killer mom to catch a copycat killer. Like, can we talk about how unhinged that premise is? Your mom is a notorious murderer called the MANTIS. She's in prison for killing 5 men 20 years ago, and then someone starts copying her crime, so the police are like, let's get mom out for consultation. It's Silence of the Lambs meets serious family trauma and the mind games next level. This isn't just a crime thriller, it's a deep dive into dysfunctional families, trauma, domestic violence, and the line between victimhood and vigilantism. The psychological warfare between mother and son while they're hunting this killer is absolutely riveting. And the show's not just a remake of the French original, it's taking those concepts and filtering them through Korean social issues, creating something that feels fresh and disturbing. 8 episodes of disguises, complex investigations, and asking yourself, is anyone here actually redeemable? This is Queen Mantis, and its family dysfunction meets detective work in the most messed up way possible. Alright, jumping to Spain now for a mystery that starts with a little girl disappearing from a parade and spirals into the kind of investigation that'll haunt you. Our protagonist is a trainee journalist who becomes obsessed with this 2010 case, and when I say obsessed, I mean her entire life becomes about finding this missing kid. But here's the thing, as she digs deeper, she's not just uncovering what happened to the girl, she's uncovering a child pornography ring and confronting her own past trauma. Like, this show does not hold back. It's dark, it's emotional, and it's examining themes of love, loss, and how searching for truth can transform you completely. The journalist becomes famous for solving the case, which sounds great until you realize the cost of that fame and what she had to sacrifice to get there. Season 2 continues with her investigating new mysteries because apparently she can't help herself. And honestly, the whole thing is this perfect blend of procedural investigation and deep character study. It's set in Malaga, it's atmospheric, it's intense, and every revelation hits harder than the last. This is The Snow Girl, and it's proof that some cases never really let you go. Okay, switching gears completely because we're entering Anne Rice's supernatural universe, except this time we're following the people who watch the vampires and witches instead of being them. This show's about a secret organization, think supernatural CIA, that monitors and catalogs all these creatures, and our main guy is a psychic who gets recruited into this world. It's giving spy thriller meets supernatural conspiracy, and I'm so here for the vibe. As he navigates this organization, he's investigating a rogue office, uncovering conspiracies within the group itself, and learning that his entire life has been manipulated. Like, imagine finding out you were basically groomed by a secret society and everyone you trusted might be lying. The paranoia is real. This show takes its time building the mystery. It's a slow burn, but if you're into bureaucratic intrigue mixed with vampires and witches existing in the background, this scratches that itch perfectly. Plus, there's this whole mystery about the 752 that gets revealed, and it's juicy. This is TALAMASCA: The Secret Order, and it's supernatural meets corporate espionage in the best way possible. This next one is uncomfortable in the best way because it's tackling the troubled teen industry. And if you don't know what that is, buckle up for some rage. Set in 2003 in this small Vermont town, we've got a therapeutic academy that looks perfect on the outside, but is actually a cult-like nightmare, using manipulative methods on vulnerable kids. Two teens escape and team up with a new cop who's like, wait, something's wrong here, and together they're trying to expose the whole operation. The leader of this place is running it like a dictatorship, and the show digs into themes of control, trauma, identity, and how systems can abuse the people they claim to help. The entire thing feels like it's balancing between mystery thriller and social commentary without losing either element. It's dark, it's intense, and it's the kind of show that'll make you want to burn down certain institutions. This is WAYWARD, and it's proof that sometimes the real horror is what humans do to each other. And finally, we're ending with something completely different because I'm throwing samurai battle royale at you and you're going to love it. Japan 1878 Meiji era. Samurai are losing their status and identity because modernization is happening. So what does someone do? Creates a competition where 292 samurai fight across Japan for 100 billion yen. It's Squid Game meets traditional samurai combat, and it's as brutal and beautiful as that sounds. Our main guy is fighting to protect his family during this massive societal transformation, and the series uses this competition to comment on what happens when an entire class of warriors becomes obsolete overnight. The sword fights are intense, properly choreographed, bloody, visceral, and the journey from Kyoto to Tokyo is just 6 episodes of will he survive this fight? The lead actor also produced and choreographed the action, so you know it's authentic. 10 years after their glory days, these warriors are grappling with loss while literally fighting for their lives. And it's this perfect mix of action and social commentary. This is Last Samurai Standing, and it's the most binge-worthy historical bloodbath you'll watch this year. And that's the list. 10 thrillers that'll destroy your emotions, ruin your sleep schedule, and give you trust issues for weeks. Seriously, if you survived this lineup without needing therapy, you're stronger than me. Don't forget to check that pinned comment for all the streaming details. Drop your thriller recommendations in the comments below because I need more shows to wreck me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.